Ask any hardcore fighting game fan for their favorite 3D brawler, and 9 times out of 10, they'll say Virtua Fighter. There's a reason why Japanese arcades are filled with the machines. And even if those halcyon days have long since passed in the States, US pugilists of the pixel can always pick up the console version. Sega is betting that there is still plenty of this dying breed left, and is priming its primo-faced basher for Sony's new baby in the form of Virtua Fighter 5. As the first proper fighting game for the PlayStation 3, welcome to the litmus test. Fighting games and stories aren't exactly best friends. Prose is typically tacked on in an almost always irrelevant fashion. The setup for Virtua Fighter 5 is some kind of corporate chronicle where mashing in someone's face leads to taking over the world. Most of it takes place in the instruction manual, though trying to figure out things based upon the brief fight introductions can be a game unto itself.
What can I say? I'm on top.
2 new fighters joined the fray this time around, with masked grappler El Blaze stepping into the ring for the first time, along with Eileen, who fights with a simian style. All the favorites have returned as well to fill out a roster of 17 different fighters. Classics like Akira, Jeffrey, Jackie, and Kage have 16 diverse rings to trade punches in, from the desert to the tundra and everywhere in between. As with Virtua Fighter 4, the first thing to do here is create an ID. This ID will track all your statistics, including wins and losses, items for your custom fighter, and much more. In other words, it mimics the card system used in Japanese arcades. Choose a fighter, customize them how you see fit, and jump into the quest mode. Here, you navigate a simple menu screen that will take you to various arcades for some CPU-driven competition. All the locations are rated based upon the skill level of the players, so you'll never find yourself in over your head unless you want to be. As you make your mark, your rank will rise, various tournaments will unlock, and you'll collect plenty of money, emblems, and items. Character customization is fairly in-depth, allowing you to really go overboard if you want, or just give your fighter a personal touch. Aside from the quest mode, there's also an arcade mode, where you take on a ladder of opponents on your way to facing the series' longtime end boss, Doral. There's also a versus option, as you might guess, allowing up to 2 players to go head-to-head.
Excellent!
This game is rounded out by its tutorial. Dubbed Dojo, this training option can come in handy, especially if you're new to this intricate, realistic fighting. And when we say realistic, obviously we use the term loosely. You won't be throwing fireballs or performing fatalities in Virtua Fighter 5, but some of the moves certainly push the boundaries of gravity at times. Still, it's mostly an incredibly strategic, calculated game based on timing and move memorization. For this reason, Sega says that it cannot support online play in Virtua Fighter 5 for the PlayStation 3. Maybe we'll see it in VF6. The final piece of the puzzle is called VFTV. You can select any 2 fighters and watch them go at it, or view any of the replays that you've saved during your bout history, and that's about it. You won't be able to get replays of legendary bouts from a server or upload yours, since Virtua Fighter 5 has no online functionality whatsoever. As far as the in-ring action goes, VF5 is the antithesis of the button mash. Smashing on the buttons is a sure way to get your butt kicked and make your character look like it's having a seizure. There's a definite learning curve involved, but once they get over the hump, most consider Virtua Fighter to be the best balanced brawler on the market. Some might consider the rings to be restricting compared to other fighting games, where you'll have to smash through walls and end up in entirely new areas. This sort of thing never happens in Virtua Fighter. There are ring outs, and sometimes you'll have to send the opposition through a barrier to do so, but that's about it. At the same time, it gives you very little breathing room and keeps the intensity ratcheted up rather high for a game that's mostly about punches and kicks. If you're an old VF vet who's looking for a shinier, faster version, Virtua Fighter 5 should definitely be on your hot list. Some of the timing has changed slightly, but for the most part, it's the same game you've grown to know and love. Skeptical players should definitely stay tuned for our review in late February to find out if this series can land a blow against the other big boys in the genre.
I'll be invincible beyond all imagination!